say greatness is born in comfort, but that is a lie. Sometimes greatness is born under the harshest lights, not the lights of classrooms or chandeliers, but the dim, flickering glow of a street lamp. This is the story of a boy they called Kelechi, born in a small African town where people believe that success only belonged to those born into it, a town where dreams were limited not by ability, but by circumstance. Kelechi was born into poverty, the kind that didn't just empty your pockets, it emptied your hopes. His father was a struggling carpenter, earning barely enough to feed the family. His mother sold fruits by the roadside, calling out to passers-by every morning with a voice filled with exhaustion and love. But poverty is loud. It echoes in empty plates. It whispers in torn uniforms. It laughs through your classmates when they see you patch your shoes with cardboard. Every day, Kelechi attended school hungry. Every day, he sat in the back because he couldn't afford the textbooks others had. And every day, he became the target. "Beggar boy." They shouted, "Why do you even bother coming to school? You will still end up like your father." Those words could have broken him, but they didn't, because deep inside, Kelechi carried a fire, a quiet, stubborn flame that refused to die. One night, after a long day of school and a longer day of hunger, he returned home to find darkness. The electricity bill hadn't been paid. The house was swallowed in shadows. His mother sat quietly, apologizing without words. His father lay exhausted, his hands trembling from too much work and too little rest. Kelechi stepped outside, holding his one worn-out exercise book. He walked down the dusty road, past the mockers, past the whispers, until he reached the only place in town that still offered light, a single street lamp, standing tall, buzzing softly. His new classroom, there on the pavement. He sat and he read. Sometimes mosquitoes attacked him. Sometimes rain soaked his pages. Sometimes people walked past and laughed. Look at him, pretending to be a scholar. Book will not change your life. But he kept reading, night after night, exam after exam. One evening, a group of boys from school, the same bullies who mocked him, walked by. They saw him once again under the streetlight. This time they didn't laugh. They threw stones. One hit his arm. Another hit his head. "Streetlight boy," they shouted, "you think you're better than us?" But instead of running away, Kelechi wiped the blood from his forehead, looked at them with steady eyes, and whispered, "One day you'll understand." Years passed, and the town moved on. But Kelechi did not stop. Every morning, school. Every afternoon, helping his mother sell fruits. Every night, the street lamp. Until one day, the results came. The entire school gathered as the principal announced the scholarship winners. Name after name was read. But then, silence fell. The principal adjusted his glasses, shocked. The highest score in the region goes to Kelechi Okafor. Gasps, murmurs, disbelief. The same boys who mocked him stood frozen. Even the teachers who doubted him stared in silence. But Kelechi didn't cheer. He didn't shout. He simply looked down at his worn-out shoes and smiled, because he knew the streetlight had finally spoken for him. That scholarship was his ticket. He traveled to the city, studied engineering with brilliance, graduated with honors, started building technology that helped rural communities get affordable electricity. The boy who studied under streetlights now brought light to thousands of homes. Years later, he returned to his hometown, but this time, he didn't come as the poor boy with cardboard shoes. He came as hope. The townspeople gathered around him as he stood beside a brand-new solar-powered streetlight, one he had personally installed. He looked at the children and said, "If you ever feel like life is too dark, find your light, even if it's just a street lamp, even if people laugh. Because sometimes the brightest stars are born in the darkest nights." To the ones struggling right now, to the ones mocked for dreaming, to the ones studying in silence while others sleep, this story is not just about Kelechi. It is about you. Your situation is not your conclusion. Let them laugh now. One day, they will stand in the light you built. If this story touched you, Don't scroll away silently. Share it. Let someone else find their streetlight. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.